Good morning, Dr. Bill Williams here on the Influencers Podcast again. We're going to have a conversation with Richard Fallah, CEO of VBOUT. I'm excited to bring you all the way from New York City, Richard Fallah. Hello, Richard.
Nice to have me, Bill.
Good to see you, and looking forward to hearing more about VBOUT. It doesn't tell me what it is in the name, but I understand from we talked before, it's AI marketing tech.
That's right.
AI powered. That sounds exciting because our audience is all about AI technology and entrepreneurism. What can you share with us about the beginning of your company and what you've done to make it outstanding?
So our story is quite, I think, typical to somebody who acquired the knowledge and expertise, build the need, and then build the software. We started as a digital agency about probably 15 years ago. And we started using all these different products on the market. So we either had to run our digital marketing campaigns for us and for our clients using 7, 8 tools. We call these the Frankenstack of the marketing world.
Yeah.
Or we had to pay expensive, bulky products that are quite complicated, overkill for us. So we built our own product, and this is how VBOUT came to life in 2015. And we've been building it pretty much since then. So it's almost about 9 years in the making and building that technology. What VBOUT is a marketing stack because it has 12 different tools working together or independently. As an instance, you can simply send out an email campaign using our own, obviously, infrastructure, predictive technology. We find out the best time to send out emails for your clients, so you don't have to take that guess. Or you can use that with automation and landing page builder to generate leads. So we have 12 different tools for the marketer to run the digital campaign in one place.
I understand what you're doing. Aggregation of diverse products that don't make sense and don't talk to each other is a headache. And you've done it by putting them together in one single system.
That's pretty much what we did.
Yeah.
We have about 12 tools, again, 12 to 14, but 2 I don't really push too much. It's experimental products, but we keep on adding, and we're focusing on the marketing process because there are so many tools, and some are marketing, some are sales, like full-blown CRM, some of our operations and support. We're focused primarily on the marketing stack of things.
Excellent. I know from when you talk about marketing, everybody doesn't always start off everything working every time you do it. So give us an example of something that didn't work for you and how you overcame the issue to make it something that was one of your strengths.
In terms of building the tech or in terms of being a marketer, doing marketing for ourselves?
Marketing and sales.
I think marketing and sales is all about experimentation, fast, rapid experimentation if you can. So that means you can experiment your ICP or your ideal customer profile. You can experiment with different personas and messaging and ads. You can even have different scripts on LinkedIn. So if I am to kind of share what the overall process was, we've experimented in every single aspect of this almost, by switching messaging, doing A/B testing, doing outbound calling. I'll tell you what didn't work for us is the cold outbound calling wasn't quite effective because we're software. It might work for some industry, it might not. So we had to pretty much, after forming a small unit, about 6 people, we had to shut it down. That was about 8 months to a year later. And we pivoted it to something slightly different, and we focused on the multi-channel campaign. So we automated the outreach to our clients, as simple as when somebody downloads one of our content or they opt in for a trial, we activated email, we activated SMS, and we also tried to target them via retargeting, on Facebook and YouTube. So we slightly pivoted that to make it more automated. And with that, we now see the patterns of people coming back, 3 months later, 6 months later, from the moment they tried the platform.
I think that's wise. I think that's a good lesson for our audience. We're entrepreneurs. We're mostly representing SaaS products as we have affiliate marketing programs that we want to promote. So I can agree with you. Automation over cold calls, number one. As other people that you see, you're a marketing top of the heap. You see people doing things that don't work, but do work. Give us some insights as to your expertise about why other people fail.
Yeah, I think success is few ingredients, and every success story has a different combination of ingredients. But I would say the foundation, just like when you're cooking something, you might have salt, pepper, little basic spices, and these are the foundation of every meal. The foundation of success, whatever success is for somebody, maybe being self-sustaining, having a small team, being just one solo entrepreneur who has a lifestyle business, it doesn't matter. I think consistency is one, having growth mindset is two, and three is just speaking to your customers, understanding their need and solving for that need. These are the three reasons why people succeed, and the lack of these three are probably the primary reason why people fail. If I'm talking about unforeseen circumstances, like you have COVID and you have to shut down your doors, it's a completely different story. But people who are inconsistent, they anticipate result pretty quickly. These are the number one reason I see people fail is because of that. Two, they don't quite talk to their customers and they don't have a North Star. And sometimes we are guilty of that. We try to pivot to focus and refocus our strategy around that.
Yeah.
I think these are the top reasons why people fail, not having these in place.
Yeah, you mentioned North Star, and always have to have a guiding light, a purpose. What motivated you first to go to New York, and then what motivates you to keep going in the business, trying to continually improve what you're doing?
I came to New York to study computer science. That was the beginning of my journey. I was 18. I was I would say naive, young, ambitious, and I just came and I started my journey. Pretty much worked for myself since the beginning, and worked a little bit in a few places. Eventually, started my own first business, which was a restaurant. So with that, set the path, and studying computer science helped me learn the tech, and running my own restaurant with the partner helped me understand the nature of business and what it takes.
And hard work.
It is hard work. It is responsibility. Being on the top, running your own business, being CEO, being president is not necessarily a privilege as much as it is being able to understand the responsibility.
Yeah, you're right. You have the weight of the world on your shoulders when you're the SEO, founder SEO. Hey, your company motto, what would that be at VBOUT?
I think we put clients first. We have a responsibility to our clients to ensure that they are finding success on the platform. So usually we have like our top KPIs. Clients want to work more efficiently. They want to see engagement and results with their brand. They want to increase their sale. So our motto is to make sure that clients come first. We provide amazing support for them, and they feel like they're VIP. And we really try to provide that treatment of, I have the tech, I have the team to support me as well with my growth as a marketer, and we grow together. I'm not sure if that could be considered a motto.
Hey, it's kind of like the philosophy behind the motto, but yeah, I agree with that. I was a dentist for 47 years, top of the game, one of the top producers in the whole USA, and
Nice.
I got to teach other dentists how to be successful. And one of the things that I put my hat on was always KPI. Management by numbers, understanding your numbers. A lot of people that run a business don't understand their numbers, and so you say KPI is critical for success in marketing, right?
Absolutely. And it could be very simple KPIs. Don't have to be anything specific. As a business, how many a lot of people revolve their KPIs around how much money they're making, which is fine, of course. But sometimes how many clients you're losing is another KPI. How much money you're spending to acquire a client, how long does a client stay with you, and what is their lifetime value? And it's not always clear. At times you need, it's seasonal, differs business by business, performance, trends in the industry could be rapidly changing. But at least if you have them set, you can certainly work toward these.
We always told our clients in the dental business it's just as important to close the back door as it is to keep an open front door.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
You got to have that solid return business to keep going, or else you're spending a lot of money on acquisitions, right?
Yeah.
So why would somebody buy from you, your company, VBOUT? What would be their purpose? What would be their reason you're different or better?
Yeah, I think we are focused. There are too many players on the market, so and hats down to all of them who are doing what we do. But we are focused on the marketing stack, so the depth of our features is quite robust. Most of our features, if not all, have some sort of an AI integration with it. We are the first in ChatGPT's add-on store. You can type a command and execute it directly on VBOUT. For example, can you create an email campaign around, successful entrepreneurs, make it 500 words and email it to a client's list? And VBOUT will execute that for you. So I guess one is the depth and the power of our features when you have 12 plus tools as a marketer to deploy in one place. Two is we are also providing some top-notch support that you would have to pay a premium for otherwise. The pricing that you're getting is unbeatable. We're not the cheapest, but we are definitely very affordable, can justify the ROI. We provide the community required for you to grow through our academy and community and our training. And at the end of the day, some of the experimentation will allow you to do on VBOUT as a marketer, from building automation, sequences, and all of that, is really, really key in our experience. So these are 5 ingredients, I would say, of why somebody would buy from us at VBOUT.
Sounds ideal. Sounds like you put a lot of forethought into it, and you're current with the AI and the Chat GPT. Who's your ideal client on this project?
We have a few. I would say the top 2 are digital marketing agencies. They're running 1 to 50 clients. They could be around, 10, 20 people team. They live on the platform. They run all their clients' campaigns. They white label the platform as their own. They put their logo and things on it, and it looks like they built it. That's one ideal client. The second is usually small business, up to 100 million in revenue. These are the SMBs of the world before it crosses to the mid markets. And they have a marketing practitioner on board. That's really key. The marketing practitioner usually understands that they need to generate leads, nurture them, and retain them. And that mindset alone, they understand they need 3 different or set of tools to achieve it. So having a marketing practitioner 1 to 100 million rev is usually another sweet spot for us as well.
Very, very good. I think that's clear. How do you find these particular clients?
Oh, it's a collection of things. One, we try to hang out in places where we can. Usually these things could be groups on Facebook and LinkedIn. We also have organic reach through our academy, through our contribution in some of these groups and events. We run our own events as well on a monthly basis. We invite people. We do short form videos to help people find us as well. This is really good. And what we do is simple. We take videos like these and we chop them down into 1 minute, and then we push them out to the different, TikTok and YouTube shorts and stuff like that. We also have a partner channel that helps agencies resell the product. And sometimes we run ads seasonal depending on the cost and budget, but the paid acquisition is also an on and off channel for us.
Yeah, you talked about having 8 or 10 different platforms, 12. what are the platforms that you actually have that are integrated together?
So if I am to break down the lead generation tools, you can build smart forms on the system using drag and drop and collect information that you need. You can even turn them into payment forms so you can collect payments for your customers, be it like a recurrent payment, one time, and so on. So we have a very robust form component at the top of the funnel. We have a landing page builder. So if you're driving traffic to those pages so people can sign up, you can design beautifully looking pages. Some of our clients create their own mini website using it. We use them extensively in our ad campaigns and lead magnets and stuff. And finally, you can create pop-ups and customize them on VBOUT so you can capture those leads through your website as well. So these are the top of the funnel tools. Then the middle of the funnel is where you start to nurture those customers. And that's where the proprietary technology and VBOUT shines, as we created a very super easy drag and drop automation flow. So you can design what happens next after somebody fills out the form. So as an example, Bill, you can send them an email, an SMS message, and push them to a retargeting campaign, and maybe send this to your own CRM, notify your team. So you can create very powerful logic. And I've seen people do some crazy stuff with it, moving from Salesforce and HubSpot and running pretty much their entire processes on our automation. We also have an email marketing campaign. You can send out your newsletters. We have a social media publishing suite on the retention side of things to get like brand awareness. You can schedule your posts. You can track your engagement on social media. We have reporting as well in the system that brings this whole thing together. And a few other tools for those who need them, like a calendar scheduler, similar to Calendly. We have a pipeline management and task management tool. So these are, I think, the most notable ones I want to talk about, so I don't take up a lot of this session on the tool.
It sounds very comprehensive and well thought out. So people need what you're doing, I'm sure. You give 5-star client experience by doing what?
Being client focused, support, listening to the customer. It doesn't matter if the client pays us $1 a month or $1,000 a month. We listen. We also have very kind of internal process where I listen to my team, the support team, and I take all their feedback, and then I meet with my dev team and I send that feedback back. And a lot of times our clients are seeing their feedback, come to life on the product in terms of enhancements, new features, and stuff like that. So that rapid cycle and internal kind of, because we're a small team, we can make things happen a lot faster than some of these big products who need to go through the bureaucracy of things. So be it a small team, getting that kind of internal, we listen to our clients, put them first, we build for their need, is really how we can provide a 5-star experience.
Hands-on, small teams sounds good. Do you turn your clients into brand ambassadors so that you have a ready, steady flow of new clients?
Yeah, we try our best, and clients are very savvy now. It's not like back in the days, people will just review you just for the sake of it. Now they try the product, and in our process after onboarding, I forgot the cadence, maybe a couple of weeks, because we know after a couple of weeks, people kind of have learned the product and saw some results. We send them an invite to leave us a review, and we continue our monthly support. One, by being very, I would say, transparent in our releases. So we have a monthly partners and clients meetings where they can see what we launched, latest features. We have a community where we're very active as well. And clients love this. When they ask a question and you answer them, they know that there's somebody there to listen. They know they have a team they can count on. And that process on its own turns clients into client ambassadors. Good product and a great support to back it up are the two top ingredients for that.
Excellent. Well, product support will make or break you, that's for sure.
Yeah,
If you don't have a good product, well, you'll never get in the front door. But they'll go out the back door quickly without the good support.
sure.
In our lightning round, we're going to talk about things that are more focused on you rather than your company. What are you grateful for today?
If I'm talking business, I think I'm great. I'm grateful to my team. Without them, I wouldn't be here. It's a team effort. One person cannot build a product anymore. Maybe back in the days, in the Craigslist era, perhaps, but now you need a team, and a solid one for that matter. A
Yeah.
team who can stick by you, who understands the ups and downs, and they can provide value. So I'm grateful to that. On the
Is your
per-
team local or is it spread out around the world?
Spread out for the most part, and we have a process in place. The dev team are in the same geography, so they meet constantly and they communicate. My partner runs that unit, but myself, I am in the States and we communicate remotely. So I'm grateful for my team on the business side. Personally, I'm grateful to my family. Um, I'm also grateful to my daughter who changed my life and my view of things. I love her indefinitely, and that unconditional love honestly can teach you a lot: how to run business, how to deal with people, the patience that it takes. And grateful to the people in my life who are there. And honestly, they're not a lot, and I don't think it's normal to have a lot. It's
Mhm.
a handful of people who are always there for you, who are happy if you do well, and happy for you if you succeed as well. So
Excellent.
that's it. People, I guess. I'm grateful to people.
What about your day? What do you do to get started every day?
Yeah, I usually wake up and I listen to an audiobook or I listen to a podcast. And that's one. And I exercise. Sometimes I do it in the morning, sometimes in the evening, depending if I have morning calls or not. But my morning has to start with some sort of an activity. And that activity is learning, not just binge watching or listening to just music. I like to learn something new every morning, is where I could be, retaining new information, and it could inspire me throughout the day. I do my writing at night. I'm not sure why, but in the morning, I don't find myself the most creative writer. And
Mhm.
that's it. Learn something new every morning.
So, if you look back at your life and you want to give advice to yourself as a 20-year-old, what do you tell yourself?
Yeah. I was always very conscious in my current state of things. When I was 20, and I call myself at that point, I was ignorant in the matter of things, right? I would, but I was always, I respect where I was at the time and the circumstances surrounding me. So the advice I would give myself for 20, I would say eat healthier and start to exercise every day, because that wasn't part of my daily routine. That's one. If you take care of yourself, you can be ready to take care of everybody else around you in your life. Um, Also, be understand that ego doesn't serve you or doesn't serve much. Long term, short term maybe, long term it could bite you back, and you can lose people in your life. And constantly learn and read books, because that's the only way for you to progress. Primarily, you can surround yourself with smart people, listen to podcasts like this, or podcasts on Spotify or whatever. Because honestly, people like me who spent, the good chunk of their 25 years working and learning, we are happy to pass on the knowledge for someone else. So there are shortcuts that weren't available back then that are available now that you can definitely take too. So keep
Absolutely.
learning. Yeah.
Yeah. My son's turned me on to podcasting years ago. And I kind of thought, well, why would you listen to that when you can listen to something that's been, created, official videos? But
Mhm.
sometimes it's the spur of the moment discussions that are the most thoughtful.
Yeah.
Who's your living mentor right now?
Oh, I mean, honestly, I don't have one specific living mentor. Um, I mean, obviously, I have in my personal life few people that I look for mentorship. Um, but if you want like a mainstream mentor, Julian Treasure is an amazing public speaker. He wrote a book about how to be heard, and he inspires kind of better communications and better listening, so you can lead better. Definitely, definitely a great person to look into. Sam Altman is inspiring. Maybe some might not agree to his methods of running OpenAI and running things. I feel like he's also very inspiring. Um, I mean, I don't want to go mainstream and say, you know, I like how some, like Elon Musk, for example, how he runs his businesses and how he's capable of multitasking so many and doing so well, and he values his hours like $1 billion in market cap. You know, he works 1 million hours, he can produce millions and millions of dollars. So he kind of have this grasp on the value of his time and how effective he can be. I think that's also inspiring in a way.
Yeah, I follow Elon quite a bit, and I like him because he talks the truth, and he doesn't stretch things. So yeah, I agree with you. Why is being impactful important to you, Red?
I guess it depends what impactful means, Bill. But if it is to just leave impact on people, I mean, nobody wants to hang out with somebody boring. I mean, that's one. Um, it as I don't mean to sound arrogant in that fashion, but it's good to exchange information from people and learn from them. Likewise, they learn from you. Um, and I think one thing is I've ran digital marketing meetups in New York City for a good chunk of my my New York community building life. And sometimes I get people 5 years later coming to me and say, Richard, I went to one of your meetups on marketing and I learned so much. It ignited my digital marketing career. So I just wanted to come and thank you and tell you that, you know, you've made an impact on my life. Um, because impact is change and change is a positive thing. I think that's why you should be or strive to be impactful when you can.
Yeah, I noticed you were very active in the meetup business and setting up marketing groups and discussions early there in New York. So you're an early adopter on the technology. So I know what you're talking about. If you learn the technology and share it with others, then good things will happen. What do you
Yeah.
want to be remembered for when it's all said and done?
Uh, I mean, I kind of struggle, and I ask this question all the time because you know some of the greatest people in the world has perished, and they're remembered for their quotes or the deeds that they've done. Honestly, I just want to be remembered for, and I believe that that's going to happen through my family, close friends, and the people that you know we build products together for listening. I remember for being a good listener, taking action and leading when need be, and not
Yeah,
just you know talking the talk, but also walking the walk. And not being afraid of taking risks because I think this entire life has been built around taking risk. And I took risk with $100 in my pocket. I think anybody can do it. Um, and I want to remember it for that. I don't want to remember it for just sitting back and waiting for things to happen, but more for going out, building something that I wanted to build, working on my own terms and learning from my team and surrounding myself with good, smart people. That's it.
excellent. You mentioned your daughter was very important as a impact in your life. How does she impact your life?
Yeah, I think one with her honesty, she just says it as it is, just like most kids do. With her innocence and seeing her find joy in the smallest things, be it a toy, be it a slide, be it a you know having a chocolate dessert. Um, we lose that as we grow up, and we start to want more things, and we find less joy in certain things. And I feel like you can learn from the kid to enjoy the absolute basic things in life because it doesn't take much. So I mean that, and also how fast they learn. They're very good learners, and that also we lose it by being put into a framework and a constitution that kind of forces a certain way of learning that could be actually counterproductive. So I that really influences me.
Excellent. How can we support you and your company, and give us the connecting points?
How can you support? Honestly, connecting with me on social media, joining our groups if you'd like, or if you're looking for a marketing stack for your team, and you'd like to try out the product, eventually use it, we help you grow and you help us grow. I think that's ultimately how we can support each other. But other than that, let's connect. Let me see if I can provide value to you first. And in turn, when it's time and you can provide value back, that's always welcome, of course. So VBOUT.com is the website where you can check us out. Pretty sure you're going to have that somewhere, Bill.
You got it.
And sharing our content too, Bill, is really key. I do podcasts and videos all the time. So if you find any of that helpful to your own network, please share so we can kind of spread the knowledge together in marketing.
Sounds good to me. What about your experience on the Influencer podcast today? How was it?
Wow, it's super simple, very quick, efficient, and Bill, you are a very gentle soul. You drive this very nicely, and yeah, it makes it easy for a guest to come on board and participate in the conversation.
Yeah, kind of like a trip to the dentist, right? Didn't hurt a bit. Use that Novocaine just right. I'm gonna give you.
Nowadays it doesn't hurt. It used to hurt.
I'm going to give you the final word to speak to our audience, entrepreneurs mostly around the world. So this is Richard Fallah.
If I am to give you a few pieces of advice in my final words, I'd say one, go out and do things that you dream about doing, or work with somebody who can inspire you can learn from. Embrace AI. AI is coming to change the world. And I say this because we build the technology, and I know how things are changing, not only from our side, but from every single part of the chain. Our partners and other tech that we're using is literally going to make things so more efficient that things used to take you 5 hours to build. Now it takes you 30 minutes. So that access of time is luxury, and time is the most expensive asset that you can ever have or own. With that being said, embrace AI to the fullest. Learn. Don't just sit back and wait for it to happen to you. You need to be aware of the changes. You need to adapt it, and a lot more to come on that front. So this is it.
Thank you very much, Richard. That's excellent final words. And I want to share with the audience and those listening who may not know about what the Influencers podcast is all about. It's really, we want to help people capture freedom. We want them to be set free. And so the QR code that I put up here on my side is a link to my digital business card, Richard, so that people can link to me to find out more about the Influencers podcast, where we have all the different episodes listed, and also how to get in touch with me, my books that I've written. Got a couple of international bestsellers for dentistry, but also for other businesses too. And the other thing that you'll find on that is my links to AI technology. So we have AI technology built into everything that we do. Also, our SaaS products, things like a shortening code, like a Bitly. We have an OTrim, so you can do custom URL and build a diagram just like the one above, the QR code, that will go to that URL. So we do these kind of things. We have tracking software. We have interesting things that we do with partners all around the world. One of them is interesting. It's Fast Cars Majlist in Dubai. For those folks who are interested in the $1 million car and above market, we've got some interesting connections with the fast car market. So it's an interesting group of folks that we hang out with, and I wanted to make sure we added Richard to the group because he's an interesting guy, and he's an international guy. He has business all around the world, and I think it's a good thing that we can connect together. Thanks for being on Influencer Podcast, Richard. Any thing we can do for you, just let us know.
Thank you so much, Bill. I appreciate you having me, and thanks for the people who listen to this and invested 30 minutes of their time. I think they're on the right track.
Absolutely. And we'll see you guys on the next Influencer Podcast. Take care.